Hello again, everybody, and welcome to this special Warrior Report here on HBC TV 25. I'm Justin Barrientos. Thank you for joining us here today. And today we're talking about the Warrior Football Players Association and the Salute to Tom Sawyer that's coming up on the Friday before homecoming. Joining us today is Colin Charlson, the Vice President of the Warrior FPA and also a former Warrior football player. Colin, thank you for joining us here today.
Yeah, thanks for having you guys.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. You were in the early 2000s, defensive player for the Warriors, all conference, 3 years. I believe you started every game of your college career. Tell us a little bit about your time at Winona State and your association with Warrior football.
Well, honestly, Justin, my hair kind of stands up just hearing you say that. It feels like yesterday. It's been almost 20 years since I stepped foot on the campus at Winona State. And still love to get back and give back to the program and connect with my fellow teammates. We had some great years in there from 2002 to 2006. Some really great teams, and was really excited to be a part of it. And we've got a great team right now with all of our alumni that we put together with the Football Players Association, which has now been around for a couple of years.
Yeah, I believe 2017 is when that started. When did you get involved with the FPA?
Yeah, so myself and Scott Opfer were really kind of the first ones to raise our hand and say, hey, let's do something. And so we were the founding kind of members, if you will, of the board. And that board started with 10 or 11, 12 people. And there's been some moves, obviously, in the board over the years, but we've accomplished an awful lot, and we're extremely excited about the future of Warrior football.
Yeah, you were telling me before we actually started here that, membership is huge, especially for a startup organization like this. I guess after 4 years, you can still call it startup. But just the fact that so many people have been interested in this program and have joined up and have contributed money to this is amazing.
Yeah, no question. It's really cool. And what's interesting and exciting about it at the same time is we've brought others along with us too. The Warrior Baseball Players Association is essentially founded in the same fundamental values and structure as our organization. Some of our friends that have moved along in their career in football up to Fargo have actually started an organization that's very similar to the FPA. They actually call it the FPA. Missouri State down in Springfield, Missouri, which is where Scott Opfer lives, has started a similar organization. It was just a niche that we needed to fill the gap between alumni affairs, the foundation office, the university, the football program, just to really connect our football alumni back together.
All right, well, let's find out a little bit more about the FPA, and let's take a look at a video that you guys have made to describe what the FPA is all about.
Welcome to the Winona State Football Players Association, better known as the FPA. Founded in 2017, the FPA was created by former players to help increase alumni and community engagement in Winona State football, while fundraising to help cover expenses in the football program not included in the annual athletics budget. Today, the FPA membership includes hundreds of coaches, players, staff members, businesses, families, and friends of WSU football. Together, FPA members work in tandem for the betterment of the student-athlete experience while elevating and maintaining the rich heritage of Winona State football. All net proceeds raised by the FPA are distributed directly to the football program and football-related initiatives through the WSU Foundation, ensuring transparency and NCAA compliance. And while you may not be familiar with the FPA, you're probably very familiar with our work. The FPA was the spark that ignited the launch of the Game Day experience that helped change the on-campus culture on football game days in Winona. Working in tandem with the Office of Alumni Engagement, the Game Day experience has evolved into one of the most exciting and best attended on-campus events, with a purple wave of tailgating, music, an array of fun, student and family-oriented activities, and the Warrior Walk. You must experience the Game Day experience. Working with the athletics department, the FPA established reserved game day parking so Warriors fans can reserve their favorite game day spot without having to camp out overnight. Our annual Adopt a Warrior program generates hundreds of sponsorships each year as friends and families donate to the FPA in the names of their favorite players. On the Monday evening before every season opener, the annual Elks FPA Fall Football Steak Dinner and Raffle is a fun-filled, maximum capacity community event. If you don't like steak, how about fish? At 17 below zero? That's right, FPA leaders and anglers of all ages brave temperatures of 17 below zero to attend the inaugural FPA Ice Fishing Tournament and Kids Fishing Rally. We've provided electronic equipment for team meetings, fulfilled team practice equipment needs, supplied team nutritional supplements, and helped fund WSU youth football summer camps. We've established the FPA Mentorship Program, where student athletes can connect with football alums working in their area of interest. The students get guidance from mentors while in school and assistance with employment opportunities from the FPA Warrior Network after graduation. With an eye on the future, we're helping secure our past. Working with the staff of the WSU Kruger Library, the FPA is now archiving every game captured on film, video, digital disc, and still photograph on record. These games and images will be archived and available for all of Warrior Nation to enjoy forever. Looking ahead, the FPA presented the concept and shared the vision of a renovated football stadium and indoor athletics and student recreation complex. Today, the final renderings of that facility reflect the vision of the FPA and the focal point of the stadium renovation initiative. When the Northern Sun Conference expanded its allowable football scholarships from 28 to 36, the FPA worked in tandem with the Warrior Club, WSU Foundation, and WSU Athletics to create the Elite Eight, a matching funds program that generated the additional revenue to make WSU the first and only school in the conference to offer 36 full scholarships. In 2018, we launched the FPA Endowment with a $25,000 scholarship. And tonight, we're proud to announce the official launch of the Tom Sawyer Legacy Fund. Working in partnership with the WSU Foundation, the FPA has established a fund in the name of head coach Tom Sawyer to provide funding and football scholarships in perpetuity. While we're proud of our past and even more excited about our future, all we need is you. Working hard today for the Warrior Football Nation of tomorrow. Join your FPA football family today.
So obviously the neat thing about this organization is that obviously Warrior Football is central to it, but you're inviting people to join that are support staff, announcers like me, people that were there game day, fans, family, friends, all of that thing. Everybody is invited and everybody can have a piece of this. It's a great idea.
Yeah, so Justin, it's extremely exciting. A ton has been accomplished, and a special thanks to Scott Opfer, who put that video together. He's in the video business, so as you can tell, very professionally done video. Also, a huge thanks to Tracy Hale in Alumni Affairs. She runs the game day experience at Winona State home football games. And just recently, last week, a poll came out from the USA Today that Winona State has the best game day experience in all of the state of Minnesota. Each state got ranked, and we're happy to be a huge part of that. Tracy is the captain of that ship. It was our idea, and she ran with it, and it's just really cool to come together. We got a ton of really fun stuff going on. We want to make it a community event. We want to get everybody involved that wants to be there, whether you're a kid or an adult looking to have a good time. It's all the same, and we want to have it be a big family.
Yeah, and it really adds to the game day atmosphere, and just getting the crowd ready and riled up is just amazing. Now, as we saw from the video, you have several events that you host, like the steak dinner and then the fishing tournament. But the big thing, at least coming up the Friday before homecoming, October 8th, is going to be the Salute to Tom Sawyer. And of course, if you didn't know by now, Coach Sawyer said after 25 years as head coach of the Warrior football team, he is stepping down after this year. And so you have this event coming up at 7 o'clock on October 8th to salute Tom Sawyer. Tell us about this event and what you hope to accomplish with this.
Yeah, it's going to be an amazing night. Tom has had a huge impact on thousands and thousands of student athletes, but also the community of Winona. He's been around, this is his 25th season, so And he's been around Winona longer than that, being a player here himself. And he'll be greatly missed. We want to send him out and celebrate him. There's going to be a look back at the history of Tom at Winona State. One of the all-time winningest football coaches in Division II football. He's got a little work left to do this season. We keep reminding him of that. There's one stat he doesn't have, and that's a national championship. And they got a heck of a good football team. And they're really just coming together. So we're going to celebrate Tom and send him out the right way with his last homecoming.
All right. And tickets are still available for this event. How can people get tickets for this?
Yes, you can go to our website, the Football Players Association website, which is creatively named winonastatefootball.org. There's a registration link on there. It should pop up right away for you to buy tickets. It's $35 to come to the event. That includes a membership to the FPA as well, so you can get looped in on all the happenings with Warrior football. And that event will run from 6:30-ish. We're going to start right after the Hall of Fame dinner on Friday night and run into the evening, 9 o'clock or so.
All right.
It is a adult-only event, so 21 plus there in the facility, and we do have limited space. So if you're interested, I would encourage you to register. We're expecting over 600 people to be in the room for Tom's celebration. So we're really excited about it.
And it's also a great chance to check out the Integrated Wellness Center, which really the updates to that have been completed over the last couple of years, and it's in the upstairs part in the gym, and it's just an amazing facility. I'm sure that when you look at that sort of facility, you wish that you had that when you were here at Winona State.
Yeah, definitely a little different than the facilities we used to work out in. It identified us who we were. We were a hard-working group of grinders back then, and we still have those same kids now. They just have all the tools in the world to become really world-class athletes. So the IWC is a huge improvement for sure.
Yeah, and obviously, as the video said, you know, the FPA is trying to raise funds for things that are not in the athletic budget. So, you know, it's a great way to support Warrior football. I do want to ask you, before we leave here and while we have some time, do you have any personal recollections of Tom Sawyer that you want to share with us?
Oh my gosh, I have so many. So, you know, I was a defensive player, and I was the kind of hard-nosed instigator, you know, defensive lineman. And Tom would always get after me for, you know, hitting a quarterback or tackling somebody too hard. And you know, it wasn't until maybe my sophomore, junior year that I realized he was just kind of giving me a hard time. And so we had this constant banter back and forth. And what's cool about Tom, and I think many of our alumni would say the same, is he not only was a football coach, but became a mentor to many of us, me included, and a friend. I've talked to Tom probably almost weekly since I graduated college, which is very unique in his industry as a football coach. And I'm not the only one. There's hundreds and thousands of us that touch base and stay in contact with Tom and the staff. That's something we're going to have a hard time finding and replacing. And Tom is going to be greatly missed. I've got a feeling you might see him around at a game or two, though.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Tom, again. I love you, man, and excited to see the rest of the way.
And I should point out, too, that you've kind of followed in his footsteps. You're a volunteer coach at Mount Westonka High School. Do you find yourself maybe saying some of the things that Tom told you while you were a player?
Thankfully, no. I'm a defensive line coach, so I'm not protecting a quarterback at practice like he did. Absolutely, though, yes. You know, they say that if you find a job you love, you'll never work another day in your life. And I love my job. I'm in the insurance and financial services business. But if it wasn't for this business, I'd definitely be making a mark on student athletes through football. I often tell my kids that I learned more on the football field from my coaches than I did even in the classroom in college. I learned a lot about myself, my mental toughness, teamwork, leadership, all of those things. And it's the reason I do it. It's the reason I volunteer and continue to coach. And I love the game. I still get fired up for Friday night. We've got a big game this week, and it's a lot, and I love it. And it's going to be a tough decision to step away when I get so busy with my own kids that I can't do it. But really looking forward to this coming weekend here, and really excited for Tom and the rest of the season and all that's happening at Winona State. The future is very, very bright for Winona State and for Winona State football.
All right. Thank you, Colin. I appreciate you joining us here today. And one last push. What's the website that people can get tickets for this event?
Yeah, again, it's WinonaStateFootball.org. WinonaStateFootball.org.
All right. And
you can also send an email to info@WinonaStateFootball.org. But the best way to do it is register right on the website, and we'll get you taken care of. If you don't get a ticket and you still want to come, we'll take walk-ups night of the event. We just want to try and plan to have as much prepared for those that are coming as possible. So again, thanks for having me, Justin.
Yep, thank you very much. Again, Friday, October 8th at the Winona State IWC is where the event will be taking place. Thank you for joining us here today. We'll see you next time here on HBC TV 25.
Go Warriors.